vlogging attempt too. Well, kind of 3, since I started recording earlier, but realized that I forgot to put the memory card in, so I got like 2 seconds of video. Not my brightest shining moment. Anyway, thought I'd try this again. See if it's possible for me to vlog and do something else at the same time. I'm making a pillow. Sort of. Well, it's this kind of ginormous wedge thing that I'm going to be laying on, so, you know, part of my upper body and head are elevated, so maybe I can breathe at night. Breathing is important. If you don't breathe, you will eventually die, but if you stop breathing in the middle of the night, you know, you kind of wake up a bit, and it's a whole sleep apnea thing, except I don't actually have sleep apnea, because they have, you know, you have to not breathe a certain number of times at night, so I don't qualify for that particular diagnosis. I suppose it's just as well, because those CPAP things are really expensive and they don't look particularly comfortable. And I guess you kind of get used to them. I mean, I know my dad's gotten used to them. It looks, you know, they seem like the sort of things that if you don't have to use them, you probably don't want to. Another thing I'm going to be working on after watching the last video that I made, like the first video that I made, is trying not to pause for such long periods of time, which is not what I was going to say. I do have a tendency to pause though, because my mouth will run out of stuff that my brain is telling it, or sometimes the stuff that's going from my brain to my mouth is coming in faster than my mouth can process, so it has to, everything has to stop and get sorted out so that I can figure out where the heck I am. What am I doing here? Who am I? I think those questions are supposed to be asked the other way around. I'm also going to work on talking loud enough so that I don't have to mess with the volume in Windows Movie Maker, because it does really bad things to the audio quality when I have to do that. Because it probably didn't help any that my first video had the AC running in the background, and that's really noisy. So I actually don't have all that much to say right now, so maybe I'm just going to shut up for now, and maybe I'll start up this video again when I actually have something to say. Hey, I've realized that last time I kind of very briefly mentioned experimenting with root beer. Well, I thought I'd show you what I'm doing. Yeah, not darn much right now. It doesn't even look like root beer. That's because it's not yet. I'm kind of fermenting some maple syrup and ginger, which is going to be the base for the root beer that I'm going to be making. There's going to be the sort of syrup thing that I'll be making, then adding this to it, which is, it gets complicated. It's, I've got a, sort of a little checklist here. Oh, by the way, that little red fuzzy light is from my camera. That's kind of distracting, isn't it? I really ought to, like, cover that up or something. There we go. I don't even think that's readable. But, so that's kind of what I'm up to. And I really have no idea what else to say. So I'm going to see how long this is, and maybe I'll add more later, or not. Hi, yeah, the root beer experiment is going to be on hold for a little while. Turns out the store in town that carried sarsaparilla in tea form doesn't anymore. The company that made that particular tea discontinued it. Yeah, and I haven't found anywhere else in town or even out of town that carries sarsaparilla. So I've got everything except the sarsaparilla, and you can't make root beer without sarsaparilla. I suppose you could, but it wouldn't be root beer. So yeah, I've managed to order about a pound of the stuff online. It should be coming maybe in the next 3 to 5 days, roughly. I just hope the culture can last in the fridge that long, because it would be really annoying if I had to make it all over again. Because that stuff has to sit and get stirred and added to for a week. But once the sarsaparilla gets here, I'll be able to make a few batches of syrup to test, and hopefully I'll be able to come up with something that tastes good and won't poison anyone. But for right now, I'm going to turn this off, get out of these really sweaty work clothes, and take a shower. Yeah, at some point after that I'll probably edit all of the various pieces of video together and maybe have something coherent to post. That's the end, I suppose. Yeah, how should I be ending these? Just randomly ending them, or just kind of fading off into